Hello everyone. So in this video we are going to discuss about these four characteristics: encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism and inheritance. Okay. So if anybody is talking about object-oriented programming, so these are the four main pillar of this programming language. Okay. So one by one we can take an example and we can just understand what is the meaning of this. Okay. So as per my observation, this word is becoming from a capsule. Okay, so what is basically a capsule which is having a lot of medicine, combined all the medicines in a one capsule. Okay, like suppose these are the medicines, so this we can say that medicine 1, this medicine 2 and this is medicine 3. Okay, so basically these are the three medicine. So what a doctor do, doctor is basically just make a capsule. Okay, this is the capsule, they combine all of them, okay, and put into this capsule. Okay, so what I am doing here, I am just combined all the data into a one packet. Okay, this capsule we can say that a packet. Okay, so this we can also called as a data. If I am talking about what is this is data, so I can say that data bind. Okay, so I can bind all the data together in a single form, that is called data binding. And if I'm talking about object-oriented programming, the same concept is called as a encapsulation. Okay, how we can implement this encapsulation in programmatically? We can implementing by using a class, because I understood that class is having a variables. Okay, class is having a methods. Okay, so suppose I am going to create a class which is named as a student. Okay, it is having some variable like math underscore marks, science underscore marks, and these are the variables. Okay, and I am also talking about some functions. So functions is like function we can take like a result. Okay, another is score if I'm talking about a math score. So these are the functions. So what we are doing, I am combining all of them into a class. Okay, so all the data which I am binding in a one format or a one class, that is called as a student. So that's why it is called as a data binding, because all the data are binding into a single one. Okay, so that's why it is called as a encapsulation. Understood? Second is abstraction. So what is abstraction? Basically abstraction is basically we can say that a data hiding. Okay, the encapsulation is data binding, that is data hiding. So what exactly mean of abstraction? So only the meaning of abstraction is the only essential features can show to the user. Okay, only essential features can see by the user, and all the complex thing is hiding. Understood? All the complex thing can hide, only essential features can show. Okay, first of all I am taking a real life example. Okay, if I am asking you, have you how you can open a fan in your house? There is a fan, so how you can open it? So everybody can say that I can just plug open. Okay, I can just plug open. Okay, and that fan is on, right? But you don't bother about how my motor is working, how the current is flow, how the fan is rotating. No worry about it. Okay, nobody can bother about it, how it will be running a fan. Okay, how it is rotating a fan. Okay, nobody is talking about like that. Nobody is thinking about. Anybody is thinking about only there is a plug which we can on, so my fan is on. Understood? So that means only this plug is the essential features, because it is also a part of the fan, right? Because we can say that if you want to open a fan, so you have to be plugged with anybody, so that plug is also part of a fan. Understood? So that means you can see only this plug part. So this is the essential feature of the fan. Don't worry about the previous one, the other part like the motor, how it can be rotated, how the current flow, how my fan is rotating. So nobody is bother about it. They can concentrate only this essential features. Understood? So if I can call this function, that means I can call this on function. So my fan is on. Understood? This is a real life example. If I'm talking about a programmatically, okay, in a program, so I know that if I can call a function run or I can call a function on, the function is on. Understood? So abstraction which we can achieve in a program by using a methods. Okay, when we are calling a method, so the method is run and I don't care about what are the internal things is implemented by the other programmer which is developed this function. Understood? So that is called abstraction. That means only essential features can show to the user and all the other features are hidden. Understood? Okay. Next is polymorphism. Polymorphism means having multiple forms. A single thing can behave differently with the different environment. So that is we can say that as it is the example of polymorphism. Okay, so like first of all we have to take a real life example. So in a real life example we can talk about anybody like I can take a Amitabh, MS Dhoni. Okay, I can just take a MS Dhoni. Okay, so MS Dhoni, everybody know about who is MS Dhoni. So MS Dhoni is a single person having multiple forms because for the teammates, if I'm talking about the teammates, he is a captain. Okay, for the team members, he is a captain. If I'm talking about for me, so he is a cricketer. Okay, he's a cricketer. I'm big fan of him. Okay, and if I'm talking about her mother, so he's a son. He is son of her mother. Okay, mother. So basically, they are behaving differently for different peoples. Understood? This is a real life example. Similarly, suppose I'm talking about a function. Okay, so if this function is if I can say that score. Okay, score is a function. Okay, which is scored in a match. Okay, so every object is having a different score, right? So if the same function is behave different for the different object, that is called polymorphism. Understood? A same function which is behaving a different with different objects, that is called polymorphism. Got it? So it can be achieved by function overloading and function overloading and function overriding. Okay, so basically this is implementing by function overloading. So we can further discuss about what is function overloading. Okay, next is inheritance. Inheritance, as the name suggests, that suppose I'll take a scenario so you can understand better what is inheritance. Suppose there is a application. Okay, this application name is A. Okay, and first of all it is called as a A 1.1. This is the first version. Okay, this application is having two features. Okay, two features, we can say that two functionality which is available in this feature in application, and John which is working on this app. Understood? And C is the company. C is a company. So after some time John get an offer from a company which name is D. He is paying a much more as he is getting from C company. So he just left out from here and joined D company. Okay, now Ria is come and joined this C company. Okay, and what's this C company want? C company want from Ria, you have to develop a two new feature in the same application. That means two features is already available. Two more feature you can add in this application. Okay, so it is very difficult to understand what kind of code is done by the John. So what Ria do? If John is implementing this application by using object oriented programming, so what Ria do? Ria is making a new class, that is B. Okay, it is version called as a 1.2. It is having a two features, and what it is do? It is basically inherited this class into the B class. That means all the features which is available in A class, it is automatically inherited in class B. Now B is having a 4 features. That is the benefit of inheritance. Understood? That means write once, run anywhere. That is the concept, and no need to rewrite the code. It is basically implementing reusability. Okay, that means if anybody is writing the code, no need to copy paste or no need to write the code again. You can just reuse it. How we can reuse? We can simply inherit a super class into a new child class, and that means all the features which is available on the upper class, it is automatically inherited into the new class. Understood? That's why you can see whenever a new version of any software is launched, all the previous features are available in the new version. Okay, what new version is having? New version is having all the previous features plus additional the new features. So how they can do? They can just inherit the previous feature into the new version, and they can add a new feature into the new version. Understood? So that is the functionality which is provided by the object-oriented programming. Understood? That's why most of the programmers or most of the programming languages are based on object-oriented, because they are providing a real scenario, real life scenario. Understood? So I think all the concepts are clear: encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism, and inheritance. Okay. In the next class, we can learn how we can run my first application in Java. Okay. Thank you.